Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys land top-ranked WR in Dane Brugler's post-combine mock draft with the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine now in the books. More information is out there to help further evaluate top prospects available in this year's draft. This event has also shaken up some of the draft rankings, which is why we will see more mock drafts start to pop up around the internet. One that could be of particular interest to the Dallas Cowboys is from the Athletic's Dane Brugler, who predicted them landing the top wide receiver in the 2025 draft class with their first-round pick, 12th overall, in his post-combine mock draft. 12. Dallas Cowboys, Tetaroa McMillan, WR, Arizona. Outside of CeeDee Lamb, where is the juice coming from in the Cowboys' offense? McMillan could provide some. With his rangy catch radius and ball skills, he is a quarterback-friendly target who is open even when covered. Tetaroa McMillan sliding into the Dallas Cowboys' lap at number 12 could possibly be a dream come true. The 6 feet 5 inches, 210-pound WR would be a perfect pairing for CeeDee Lamb and give Dak Prescott another go-to target in the passing game. But this scenario also presents the perfect trade-down opportunity if they want to acquire more draft capital. McMillan is probably one of the few players teams would be willing to trade up for this year. In a weak WR draft class, the former Arizona WR is still considered the top-ranked player at the position despite not competing at the Combine. For teams looking for a new WR1, he's one of the few players in this draft class who fits the bill. Depending on how far Dallas would be willing to trade down, they could acquire anything from a 4th round to a 2nd round draft pick, or some combination in that pick range. This could create an interesting dilemma for the Cowboys. On one hand, McMillan would give the Cowboys another receiving weapon with a WR1 ceiling. On the other, Dallas could choose to trade down in order to acquire more draft capital to fill more of their roster needs. An argument could be made for either scenario. Examining trade-back options if the Cowboys gave up the 12th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys have the 12th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. It will be the first time in 4 years that they will pick inside the first 24 picks of the draft. Only once over the last 9 drafts have they picked in the first half of the first round, and that was in 2021 when they selected Micah Parsons 12th overall. Typically, the Cowboys are picking near the end of the round, but due to their losing season last year, they are moving on up. They rarely get this type of opportunity, so hopefully they can really make it count. What the Cowboys do at 12 is a big mystery. They are sitting in a position to possibly land one of this year's blue-chip players. And if they find themselves on the clock and their 6th or 7th ranked player is still there, bingo! A great day one of the draft they will have. But what if that is not the case? What if they get to pick 12 and all the top guys are gone, and they have a cluster of players to choose from who are all graded out similarly? Then what? If that is the case, the Cowboys should give serious consideration in trading back in the first round. They should still be able to get a player they want and grab some extra draft capital in the process. That is exactly what they did last year when they moved back in the first round from 26 to 29 and scored an extra 3rd-round pick that they used to select Cooper Beebe, 73rd overall. They also did this in 2021 when they moved from 10 to 12 and again picked up an extra 3rd-round pick used to select Chauncey Golston, 84th overall. Do any of these trade options interest you? The Cowboys are a team that has elite talent at the top of the roster who command high prices. Those costs will get even higher when Micah Parsons and Tyler Smith get their soon-to-be coming extensions. And with Osa Odigizua already retained, there's a lot of pie already allocated. With all these added costs, the Cowboys must rely on many young guys playing on low-cost rookie deals. Acquiring extra draft capital will help them address more areas on their roster. The Cowboys don't have a 4th-round pick this year, nor did they have one last year, but they have something even better. They have better draft capital. They can turn quality into quantity and turn things into better picks than they had a year ago, thanks to that very powerful 12th overall pick. Of course, all of this is predicated on the assumption that there isn't a huge blinking light flashing for them when pick 12 rolls around, but if that light's not there, they should be willingly working the phones on day one. NFL Insider: Cowboys not changing urgency level on Micah Parsons' contract due to Max Crosby. Max Crosby was the first of multiple pass rushers to make headlines this offseason. His new contract is a record-setting one, becoming the highest-paid non-quarterback in the NFL. This should just be the beginning, superficially, with Micah Parsons set for an extension before the 2025 season. Some wondered if Crosby would speed up the timeline of an agreement between Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. According to Jane Slater of the NFL Network, the answer is no. Slater says the Cowboys are still not in a rush to get things done, continuing their trend of recent negotiations. Cowboys fans aren't going to like hearing this, but it's not impacting their sense of urgency, so to speak, Slater said Thursday on NFL Network's The Insiders. Remember last year? I had a fun, spirited conversation with Jerry Jones, and that led to his comment about waiting for the leaves to fall. I don't know if the words to describe is waiting for the leaves to fall, but they're not in a rush necessarily to go out and do any pruning right now. Dallas took some time getting both quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb signed last year. Lamb missed most of training camp due to a holdout, not being with the team until closer to the regular season. Parsons has stated he wants to be settled sooner rather than later. Slater does add how there are conversations between the two sides. However, most of the conversation is happening between the Cowboys and Parsons' agent. To this point, the player does not seem to be too involved. It's my understanding they are working with Micah Parsons' agent, they are talking, Slater said. But it doesn't sound like they're close to anything yet. So they're still navigating this deal. Parsons is widely expected to break the record Crosby just set and become the NFL's highest-paid non-quarterback. If anything, Crosby reset the market and may have Dallas paying more than they would have had to a couple days ago. A former first-round pick of the Cowboys, Parsons instantly became an elite-tier player after moving from linebacker to edge. All 4 seasons have resulted in double-digit sacks for number 11. Parsons recorded a career-low 12 this past season, but an injury left Parsons on the sideline for 4 games. A fiery close kept the streak alive and turned around what had been a struggling Cowboys defense. Are you a fan? What do you think about Max Crosby's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.